with Briscoe and Eves,
Hi.
and welcome to the weekend, and welcome back Jayson Tatum. An uncomplicated welcome for a possibly complicated return.
Plus, Max Crosby has a new home, and the Raiders are working on a full renovation of there. And then, all rise from Mr. March. Can that be a thing?
Mr. March?
Yeah, why not?
Your Quasar has returned.
Let's just hope there is no highly contagious aggression-causing virus 298 days later for Jayson Tatum. Let's hope the horror is behind him, 28 days later. First start since tearing his Achilles not even 10 months ago. That was May the 12th, and look at him now, waving to fans as he enters for a warm-up. That man had a smile on his face most of the night. All right, was it perfect? No, it wasn't. But his passing was on point to start. This was early in the first quarter. There was no score because the start was ugly, actually, for both teams. Tatum, dribble handoff, Neemias, Cato for that one. Like, the rust was evident, but he was getting his teammates involved early and often, including that one to Jaylen Brown, who hit the open three. Brown, by the way, had 24 points. The Celtics were up one after one. Now in the second, Celtics down one. Tatum still no points. How about like that to get back in it? Trying to get the dunk, except for he was rejected by the rim. This man played in 5 to 6 minute stretches. That's another example of rust. But Tatum did get there eventually. His first points gave the Celtics a 1-point lead. Next Celtics possession, Pritchard gonna find Tatum, corner, sidesteps P.J. Washington, nails that three. He had 5 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists in the first half, and the Celtics were up 5 at the break. They were up a Tatum, if you will. Now in the third, he got better. He made his first 3 shots to start the second half, so after going scoreless in the opening 22 minutes of the game, he scored 12 points in less than 5 minutes, and that lead grew. I think the smile may have as well. The Celtics were up 10 going into the fourth quarter. The lead even bigger in the middle of the fourth. He finished with 15 points, 12 rebounds, and 7 assists in 27 minutes played. Celtics got the win 120-100.
It was surreal. It was an emotional day. It's been a long journey. God is the greatest. For getting me to this point, it was many days I dreamed about this, and for it to finally happen and share it with my family, my teammates, the crowd, it was everything I could have dreamed of.
What can you tell us about that journey you just mentioned?
It's been tough. Emotional. A lot of times I doubted myself. A lot of nights I spent crying. But I just try to keep showing up every day and try to put my best foot forward. And, I still got a long way to go, but this is a huge step for me.
I thought he played with a free mind. I thought he played with a sense of gratitude, a sense of perspective. I thought he played with a sense of freedom of, I'm here, I've accepted this, I'm grateful for this, and how can I continue to grow and get better, but also be myself. I think, we cannot have a lesser version of him. And so I thought it just kind of saw a good balance.
Obviously, it's great having JT back. I commend him, being able to, put himself on the line a little bit to come back and be a part of something bigger. I think that is his mentality. So I appreciate that. I know the organization appreciates that because he didn't have to, and nobody put pressure on him, but he wanted to be out there. So I think it's commendable.
Well, Michael Malone caught this game courtside, as he called the game for us on ESPN, joining us now. Michael, let me ask you this. As a coach, you have a superstar coming back after a long layoff. What are you hoping to learn in this game in terms of what that player can give you that you couldn't figure out in practice alone?
Well, really, for me, it'd be more important just get him out there and help him find that rhythm, that confidence. You could see in that first half before he got that tip dunk, there was some hesitation by Jayson Tatum.
Yeah.
He talked to George Sedano after the game. He had a lot of doubts on those 298 days leading up to tonight. So if I'm a head coach like Joe Mazzulla, I'm supporting him, I'm empowering him, I'm putting him out there. And all of his teammates, you could tell, they wanted to make sure he felt comfortable. Once he saw that first basket go through, there was a relief, and from that point on, he wound up having an outstanding night in his first game back.
So I guess my question question is, it's a matter of balance the rest of the way through. The Celtics are obviously the second in the East. They want to maintain the level of play that they've had previously. Now they get to add Tatum to it. But now it's a matter of keeping Tatum safe because he wants to go out there and do the things that he wants to do because he's been sitting out for 298 days. How do you find the happy medium to keep all parties happy?
Well, if you want to win big, like when we won a championship in Denver, you need sacrifice, right? Everybody wants theirs, but they've won a championship. This core group with Joe Mazzulla, they won a championship in 2024. They understand that in order for them to do that again, they need what Jayson Tatum brings. He was first-team All-NBA last year, fourth in MVP voting. And what I like what Joe Mazzulla did tonight, anytime he took Jayson Tatum out of the game, that was an opportunity to feature Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown has put this team on his back. They are second in the Eastern Conference in large part because of what Jaylen Brown's done this year. Career high in points, rebounds, and assists. So if you want to win big in any sport, you need everybody contributing, and you got to check the egos at the door and be truly selfless in everything that you do.
And that's the thing. This team has gone through that before because they won a championship with those two guys out there. They know how to get it done. It's just been a while. Michael Malone, appreciate the perspective as always.
Okay, appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
The Tatum news is obviously good, but not everything in his return game was great for the Celtics. Nikola Vucevic, their newly acquired big man, has now a broken finger. It happened early in this one. It's going to keep him out about a month. He actually has to have surgery or a procedure done on it tomorrow.
All right, elsewhere in the association, Spurs hosting the Clippers, having won 13 of their last 14, but Kawhi was unfazed, unbothered, having won 8 straight against his former team coming into Friday, but that is Wemby off the give and go. Spurs would trail by 20 at the half, their largest halftime deficit this season. It would get worse. There's Kawhi, little pump fake into a 3. It was a 25-point lead. Clippers looking for their 4th straight win, but the Spurs are like, yeah, we are down, but we are far from over. Julian Champagnie with the 3. And then Champagnie, thank you, sir, may I have another. Coming through like the rent is due. 17 points in the third quarter for Champagnie, but his squad was still down 11. Fourth quarter, it's a 7-point game now. Wemby comes back in. De'Aaron Fox with the drive and the floater. Spurs down 5. It's a 3-point game now. Wemby had the block at one end, and then we alley-oop to Carter Bryant at the other. Spurs are down 1, and then Devin Vassell gave the Spurs a lead from down 25 to up 2. Kawhi, I'll take that and raise you 2. That gave the Clippers a 2-point lead. Kawhi went for 30. Less than a minute to go. Spurs down 1. Wemby catch and shoot on the 3. 2-point lead. Next possession for LA. Derrick Jones Jr. How about that finish and 1? He would make the free throw. Now the Clippers regain the lead by 1. So now 20 seconds remaining. Spurs, again, down 1. De'Aaron Fox comes up with the rebound, and how about that outlook to Wemby for the dunk? He had 27, 10 rebounds, 4 blocks. 6 seconds remaining, Spurs up 2. Castle rebounds his own miss for the free throw, and then he puts it in. 25-point comeback, Spurs win at 116-112. Here's Wemby with Angel Gray.
I thought I was about to pass out from the first quarter from exhaustion, so that's close to being the hardest game of my life. I know it might have not looked like it, but we played a hell of a game against the most physical team in the league yesterday. But played a long-ass game tonight against the physical team as well. I'm about to pass out.
I also have to add, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Julian Champagnie. He said it doesn't matter how much we were down. Down as many as 25 points. Yeah. Describe what this felt like together.
Nah, this was like a statement for sure to ourselves. It was like a statement. It was like any game is winnable. Because this one of the hardest games we've had to do.
Spurs won